Hello and welcome to Slide to the Right, a weekly music review podcast where I listen to random artists and review songs I've never heard before. I'm your host, Esther T. Jones, and today we are going to be listening to Deb Never. I keep seeing her pop up in different advertisements, and since I have never heard of her before, I thought I should check it out. So here we go. I'm putting her into YouTube, and YouTube is telling me that there is someone else, Stone Cold, Ugly, Swimming. She seems to have done a lot of music, so I am going to go with the first one they suggested, Someone Else.
Few moments later.
I'm liking it so far. Deb Never's voice reminds me a little bit of Billie Eilish, but also of some of the artists that came out of the 90's. It does have a very grunge feel at the start, but then kind of flows into more late 2000s pop. The enunciation is very clear. I can hear all the words. That's great. The music video is kind of fun. She seems to have a balloon boyfriend. This song can't seem to decide whether it wants to be grunge or whether it wants to be mid-2000s pop, and I admire that aesthetic, but I almost wish they would just pick one and stick to it, because just as I'm starting to get into the groove of one of the songs, it switches up on me, and then I'm like, oh, now I have to kind of recalibrate my expectations. Well, that was a fun song. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and give it 4 stars because I personally didn't quite gel with the song. I gelled with different parts of it, but I couldn't quite sink into the song as it changed up as I was listening to it. And I just kind of got a little bit of whiplash going back and forth. The instrumentation was great. The singer's voice is really good. It's definitely a song that I would not be opposed to listening to several times in the future, but it just isn't my preferred style. If it was one or the other, I could sink right into it, but instead of blending to really work, the two styles seem to be fighting each other. Next, we are going to put Deb Never's name on Spotify and hit play and see what I am recommended. I've got the song called Visions by Loving. Let's see what this is all about. This reminds me a lot of the Beatles. It's very 60s, 70s-ish. With the harmonies, the guitar, the way the percussion's put together, very 70s. It's very hard to hear what the singer is saying. The voice is beautiful, but the articulation is so-so. This song is very, very soothing. I liked it a lot, and I love the way it just kind of fades gently out. It's not a song that I think I would personally put on one of my playlists, but I highly recommend anybody who loves 70s music, who loves the Beatles, to make sure that they have this on their playlists. It's just a really solidly constructed song. There's lots of beautiful musical moments, and it's just overall pleasant to listen to. I really didn't need to know the lyrics to enjoy this, although if there are lyrics, if you're supposed to be articulating them, I would like to hear what the words actually are. So I'm going to have to dock half a point because I can't hear what the singer is saying, and this is a song that I assume that they want us to know what they're saying. So almost 5 stars there. Really enjoyed this song, highly recommend it, and I will look forward to listening to more from this band. Really interesting session today. Definitely got to enjoy some new artists. Some of the styles are familiar to me, but the songs were completely new, and I believe a lot of them are very recent as well, even though they're harking back to earlier musical times. There's a lot of yearning for nostalgia right now, and I think that is expressed very well in this music. Well, that's all, folks. Remember, keep your listening ears on. You never know what might just be your next favorite song. Until next time, end transmission.